Shalom, shalom, Israel. Brother Zayn, coming back to you with another cold cut. The topic is going to be about pride. In these last days, you got to put your pride aside, Israel. It's time to, humble down and do these laws, statutes, and commandments. Come back into this chamber, and keep the commandments. Let's get Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. Because if you have pride, that means you're not going to do the commandments. You're going to think you're better than the commandments. So Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 9. The thing that hath been is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun. Before we get some verses about pride, basically there's prideful men on the earth as it was, back in the old days and ancient days when Yahushua was walking the earth. You still got Judas Iscariot, selling people out. You got, murderers. You got prideful men and other type of people, wicked people back on the earth. So there's no new thing under the sun. This is the same generation that was on that was with Yahushua walking the earth. Right. So let's get Galatians chapter 6 and verse 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So you got people thinking they're all that and everything, but really he's nothing. He's a fool. You got you can have Floyd Mayweather thinking he's better than everybody, but deep down he's a fool because you don't know the law, statute, and commandments. Just because you got money don't mean anything. The Lord rather have someone that has knowledge and understanding and wisdom than someone that has money. Let me just say, a piece of land or anything in the heavens is way more worth than all the money on the earth. So he don't want your money. He wants that knowledge, that wisdom. Wisdom is more precious than rubies and gold. All right? So why would he want $100 bill? He wants that wisdom. He wants to see how wise you are. So let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 10 and verse 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High, and man, and by both, Salakia. Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. So pride is hateful to both Yahweh and man. People don't like a prideful man. He gets annoying. He always trying to talk about himself. You can talk about, you trying to hype somebody up, and then he going to try to jump in the camera and be like, look at me. He going to try to steal their spotlight. He going to think he's the best. And nobody likes a man like that. Right? So let's jump down to verse 9. Why is earth and ashes proud? So why is earth and ashes proud? Ashes means nothing. Why is the dust proud? Why are you in the lowest state and you're proud? There is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. A covetous man mean like, man, I want what he got. Or he don't deserve that. I deserve that. That's wicked as hell. Right? For such an one setteth his own soul to sell. Because while he liveth, he cast Salakia. Because while he liveth, he casteth away his bowels. So that's like a selling your soul precept right there. You cast all your bowels away when you sell your soul. And that's a prideful thing to do. Right? Verse 12. The beginning of pride is when one departed from Yahweh, and his heart is turned away from his maker. So that's a prideful thing to think that keeping the commandments and everything is not going to benefit you. You think you're better than the commandments. You think you're better than the Most High. That's a prideful thing to say in your heart, but just your mind. Verse 13. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. So don't be, it's nothing strange when somebody's in this truth and they start getting prideful, meaning they're not going to start keeping the commandments anymore. They don't care about it. It's not going to be strange when they get cancer, man. It's not going to be strange when they get in a car crash, but survive, but they can't walk anymore. They get paralyzed. It's not going to be strange. That's the calamities that he's putting on you for walking away from this truth. So once we're in this truth, there's no getting out. Verse 14. The Lord hath cast down the thrones of proud princes, and set up the meek in their stead. So who did he cast down? Let's see. He cast down Nebuchadnezzar. He cast down Pharaoh. Kings like that because they were so proud. So they had to get plucked down, brought down. Salakia. Verse 15. The Lord hath plucked up the roots of the proud nations and planted the lowly in their place. So, Israel, we was proud too, but we got put in a low place now. Now we're in captivity. We was above all the people of all the nations and everything, running this earth and everything. Now look at us in captivity. Can't even wake up to our 9 to 5 job because we're tired and stressed. We're being oppressed. So that's why it's important to keep the commandments. And people don't understand that. You have people liking this captivity. They love their oppressors. They love the ways of the so-called white men. They love going out on Fridays and Saturdays, having parties and everything. So let's get Proverbs chapter 26, verse 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. So this wise man, Salaki, let me read that again. Verse 12. Seest thou a man wise in his own conceit? There is more hope of a fool than of him. So he think his ways are more wise than the Most High. He wants to say, well, if I was the Most High, I'll do this instead of this. He said, man, the Most High don't know what he's talking about. Listen to me. Hey, that's a foolish thing to say. That's it on that. That's a foolish thing to say. He wants to talk about how smart he is all the time, right? So let's get actually. Hold on. We're gonna see the definition of pride. Salakia. Definition of pride. A feeling or deep pleasure or satisfaction derived from one's own achievements, the achievements of those with whom one is closely associated, or form, qualities, or possessions that are widely admired. He takes delight in his actions. So that's what pride means. So let's get back to it. So let's get Proverbs chapter 6. Proverbs chapter 6. So it's not good to be prideful in these last days, especially not in these last days. You gotta humble down, because the only reason why people not in this truth or anything, because they too proud. If they wasn't proud, they will humble down and submit themselves to the Most High. Yeah, they gotta be submissive. But people are too proud to get on their knees and pray. So this Proverbs chapter 6 and verse 16. These 6 things doth the Lord hate. Yes, 7 are an abomination to him. So that 7 is a complete number. These are complete things that the Lord hate. So a proud look, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood. So that's all going to proud, right? And heart that deviseth wicked imaginations, feet that be swift into running into mischief. People like to quickly, start up, drama. A false witness that speaketh lies, and he that soweth discord among brethren. So those are things that the Lord hate. Those abominations to him. Now let's get Proverbs chapter 16. Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 18. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. So that's where it happens. You see a dude being prideful, just know he gonna go down so bad. He gonna be in a lower state. You can see somebody with $1 million. Just know, very soon they're gonna be down to $0, man. He gonna be in the dust. Come sit in the dust. He gonna be at a lower state. He can be the richest and top, the best athlete, the most popular kid at school. The next thing you know, nobody wanna hang out with him because he got nothing. He can't provide anything. Right? Verse 19. Better it is to be of a humble spirit with the lowly than to divide the spoil with the proud. So that's self-explanatory. So let's get Ecclesiasticus. Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 and verse 15. The strife of the proud is bloodshedding, and their revelings are grievous to the ear. Right? So the proud, it's bloodshed, man. You don't want to hear what the proud got to say. Man, it hurts their ears. And you be having a conversation, and every 5 minutes, you start hearing him talk about him, being proud. It makes you cringe. You don't want to hear that, right? So now let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 8. You don't want to hear a proud man talk. It just makes you cringe because everybody else, they don't want to hear it neither. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 7, verse 8. Bind not one sin upon another, for one Salakia. Bind not one sin upon another, for in one thou shalt not be unpunished. So a prideful man, he gonna keep sinning. He's not gonna want to repent. He gonna think, man, he's not doing something. The Most High's not gonna punish me now. I might as well just keep doing it and have fun. So that's what a pride man do. But if you wise, and a humble dude, after you go off, you repent right after. So now let's get Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate. So that's the fear of the Lord. You gotta hate evil. You gotta hate when people, talking about let's smoke this, let's smoke that. You gotta hate when people hating on their brothers. You gotta hate when people, always trying to talk behind somebody's back. You gotta hate proud people. Whatever the Lord hate, you're supposed to hate. Whatever the Lord loves, that's what you're supposed to love. Because you gotta walk like Him. You gotta strive to be perfect. So now let's get Jeremiah chapter 9 and verse 23. Thus saith the Lord, let not the wise man glory in his wisdom, neither let the mighty man glory in his might. Let not the rich man glory in his riches. So basically, don't glory in what you have, in the carnal things, the things you can see, because that's a fool. Right, verse 24. But let him that glorieth glory in this, that he understandeth and knoweth me, that I am the Lord, which exercise love, loving kindness, judgment, and righteousness in the earth. For in these things I delight, saith the Lord. So you gotta love that you understand the Lord. You gotta love that you know how to please Him, right? That's what you gotta love. So Lord willing, it was edifying. Brother Zay, Shalom.